moved away from South America to come to North America to chase their Rocket League dreams. They were successful at the beginning, slowed down a little bit recently, but they find themselves here. They've managed to stay on top despite all these emerging players coming up. It's FURIA Esports from South America, Complexity also sort of from South America.
Sort of. Off the wall, we're underway. We'll see who strikes first and who gets all set up. Oh, will be FURIA, Shad, or excuse me, Complexity. Got the colors weird there. Shad, nice shot.
Yeah, it's HG with the setup, lovely read there. Going all the way to the top. There was actually 2 FURIA defenders in the goal line, but Card, I think, somewhat got in Kaio's way. They've had to battle to be here, FURIA Esports. You mentioned the 2v2 earlier, and they had a devastating 0-second loss in the 2v2 yesterday. But what did they do? They just built right back up. They won the 3v3 at the end. A huge result for them to take it. Oh, we are going to have a bit of a break here, just to increase the nerves even more, 16 seconds in.
For Complexity in the 2v2, on day 1 and in the qualifier, the Raiseball Shad combo was the one that was clicking. They had tried AJG in the qualifier, it wasn't working, and then they switched, and then Raiseball and Shad started winning the 2v2. Here it's been a bit different. Day 1, they went Raiseball Shad, lost all their 2v2 matches. Day 2 comes around, Complexity switched to Raiseball AJG, and that combo really worked to great success. So I'm really curious, because we were talking about it earlier on, is whoever loses this first match, I felt pretty confident that FURIA would immediately go, or that Complexity would immediately go to the 1v1 with Raiseball, but I don't know. I feel like for this specific matchup against FURIA, I don't know which way they would go. Same with FURIA if they lose game 1.
I mean, I think that that Yan victory against Riyadh yesterday will really give FURIA confidence going into the 1v1s. Until that moment, I would agree, they would avoid them at all costs with the form that Raiseball seems to have found pretty much out of nowhere, thanks to the qualifiers for this event. But as we mentioned earlier, all of that's in the future. A best of 7, we will definitely see 2v2 and 1v1 in this venture forward. It was Complexity that took the early lead, but there is a long, long way to go. Here is Yan. Can he equalize pretty quick? Goes for the edgeable bump. We're talking about 1v1. Well, there was a 1v1 play.
And he'll just sit right on the ground after the goal. Slight little celebration. And that's the benefit that all that once training will give you, is it just unlocks more options. Not that Yan's never gone for an air dribble bump before, but classic goal and classic shot for Yan.
So parity early on, as we expect, between these 2 old enemies. Used to play each other so much. It's actually a shame they haven't been able to play each other until this point. It's something that a lot of people have wanted for a very long time. Now here is all of our chance as Shad sends it to the side. And is there. He puts it back into the middle, so FURIA is trying to get things going. Not really happening so far, but a lot of clean touches. Here's Kaio, who got a beautiful assist yesterday in the 3v3 when FURIA Esports did win out.
Now, some people, after the last 2 splits, were even starting to ask questions of, should Complexity, when they were true neutral, should they have moved to North America? Because all of a sudden, making majors, it got a little bit harder, despite North America having more spots on the table. The FURIA have been so consistent since they left, but the parity in South America, it's been difficult. Johnny was talking about it a little bit on the desk, and Complexity, right now going toe for toe here, or wheel for wheel, if you will. Still tied up 1-1. I
mean, FURIA haven't had it all their own way in South America either. Crew, the rise of Crew, they've really stepped up big. Team Secret actually loaned a player to Team Secret for their foray into this tournament.
The club as well.
Tough. Yeah, and them as well. So the depth of all of these regions. Rocket League is now a worldwide event. The EU-VNA debate is pretty much dead because there are so many other teams that want to get involved. AJG wants to get involved in that goal line clearance. Does so. Complexity living on the edge.
FURIA, or Complexity, excuse me, that was a good stop in front of the box earlier. Neutralize another FURIA push. Oh, FURIA unwilling to relinquish midfield. Got the boost, but then gave up the touch at the last second. Complexity gets set back up on the blue.
Raiseball was completely boosted off there after he used all of it coming from the ceiling, getting a slightly delayed flip. I think he reset on the ceiling. Still gets himself involved, even with 0. Still putting dangerous from his pressure that Complexity continued to attack AJG. He goes for the shot, but Morgan defending there from FURIA Esports. Card gets it away, so both teams having chances, but the defending, the goal line defending, really positive so far.
I like Shad's shooting. Early on this season, really, I felt like he was the best performing player on Complexity. Since then, Raiseball has kind of taken that mantle, but if Shad is finding his form in the shooting department today, that may spell danger for FURIA. They have withstood the attack so far, but AJG gonna whip back around, and Complexity keep possession of this. Really deadlocked as another ball taken away. And the challenge for AJG will lock it in midfield.
I mean, to win a series like this, you have to make up for your teammates' mistakes, and that defending from FURIA wasn't perfect. I think it was Yan who had to be aware where that ball was going. And now Raiseball has his way slightly got in the way of by Yan. Card is there to the backboard. AJG's coming in. Good win from him, but he is taking out the game. Kaio to the side has boost. Good boost control right now from FURIA. They're beginning to turn that screw. Could this be the chance they need? It is.
To commit.
It's saved well by Shad and Raiseball.
Slow to the 50. Yan was the whole way back. Had grabbed that boost.
Oh.
And a big dunk for Raiseball. Complexity have taken the lead.
Pretty much out of nowhere. It seemed that FURIA had all the attack, but Complexity, just one win from Raiseball. Kaio actually missed the ball. The pressure's starting to get to him, the $100,000 in his mind. And that miss will give Complexity the lead.
It's unfortunate too, because I feel like Kaio has had a good tournament so far where, you know, he's had some recent struggles. At the Winter Major, I thought he had his best performance that he's had all season long. And he's looked really good so far in the Gamers8 tournament. That time, that one getting away from him. Have to recover. His Complexity starting to look strong in the 3v3.
FURIA, who were one best-of-7 overtime goal away from making top 4 in London. They're showing you why right now with mechanics like this from Yan. He's such a scary player to come up against. Raiseball ain't half bad either, though. That one's going to sneak past the FURIA defense. Card is going to have to turn right around to get there. Shad is beaten by Card, so good turns of pace from all the players. Card, can he get the finish that this play deserves? Yes, he can. FURIA equalize.
Card, nice little shot from the side wall. Beats the first defender out. Nice first touch as well. AJG gets frozen on the backboard. Has to respect that top angle shot. Card has the entire net to shoot at. AJG, tough spot to defend, couldn't make it happen.
It's really close in the first game. This is exactly what we want to see in a series like this. Both teams playing pretty well, despite that mistake that FURIA made in defense to concede their second goal. He turn right back around and get it with some lovely play. But here's AJG. Gets it past one. Wants to get the second touch, but Yan is up quick. Now onto the backboard. Is anyone from Complexity following it up? Not quite. Card there. More good pace from him in defense. Really impressive both teams defending when you consider how much firepower there is on this pitch. Raiseball has a chance to beat one defender and it's saved, but it's charged down by AJG. Look at Complexity loving it.
There was good speed on defense from FURIA on this play, but AJG was just a little faster. Nice high up on the play, and Raiseball getting the hit, and AJG securing it with that dunk that absolutely would have been saved. AJG not quitting on the play.
Complexity, who in their Game 5 victory over Luminosity Gaming yesterday, I was near them, and I think they were shouting louder than anyone I've ever heard in Rocket League esports, showing that same passion there. It was reverberating the place.
We were sitting in our room, and we could hear them from the entire way over there. It's crazy how loud they get. We always knew they scored against their opponent. The volume was just so palpable of a difference.
Ooh, lovely pace there again. It was Raiseball, and it's just put in. Where's the defense? It's 4-2 Complexity.
Falls apart here for FURIA. Not what you want to see at the end of regulation. Raiseball just swings it up, double commit from FURIA, forces Kaio into an unfortunate position. He wasn't expecting the double commit from his teammates. Tough save for him to make.
He could have just left it, though. It was actually going wide. I didn't even realize that myself until seeing the replay. But Complexity getting a bit of daylight. It might even be 5 here. Card, how good is his touch? Will it be followed up by Raiseball? It will, but Card should be able to see this one away. But they need to do more than that, Jorby. They need a couple of goals, and it doesn't look like it's happening.
Don't think so. Complexity, a clean game number 1. FURIA will try to get one for the road here. Won't connect on the pass, but got the 50, and that's going to do it. Now the big question is, do FURIA play their ace early on in the 1v1 and put Yan in? Will we see the Yan versus Raiseball? I have been, ever since we knew this quarterfinal was happening, I have wanted to see this 1v1. So we're going to get it at some point. Can we see it now?
Is Yan the man with the plan? We'll see in a second.
I might stand Yan if you...
I think you already do. I think you stand every player in this lobby right now.
I do. I stand all 6 of you guys. I love all 6 of you.
Even when we saw the intros, you were going, oh, this guy's so cool. Oh, look at him go. I love his tattoo.
I mean, you saw, like, FURIA, like, yes, Kaio's tattoo is sick, but I mean, FURIA, I would hire, if I had to hire bouncers, I would hire all 3 of FURIA, because nobody would mess with them. They're the coldest looking dudes, but they're so cool.
And they're also really good at Rocket League as well. And that was a decent first game. Not so much for FURIA. I think their defending will be one to look back on and think, if only we hadn't made that own goal, maybe we would have served a little bit better there. But Complexity, I mean, some of the goals that were going in were beautiful, but Complexity did enough.
I really like the team play from Complexity. AJG, don't feel like we say his name a lot these days, but he was instrumental in setting up plays for Raiseball and Shad. Shad's shooting has been good so far. He got that first goal well placed in the bottom of the net, and then a couple more shots to put pressure on FURIA. So I really like how they're clicking as a unit right now. This is the Complexity that people saw when they first joined North America at the beginning of the season, this type of team play.
This is also, unfortunately, the Furia we saw at the start of London when they were absolutely smacked about the pitch by Carmine Corp. And we were thinking, oh, South America, you're a highly hyped region, but this ain't so much. As we all know, their lower bracket run was very good, going all the way into the top 6. But we are going to have Jan versus Raiseball.
We get it.
Jorby, a little clap from you. You must be an excited boy right now.
I am excited. This is literally, how many people would say before this event that a Brazilian and a Chilean would be a premier 1v1 matchup? Nobody. Nobody would say that, but we're saying it right now. It is a premier 1v1 matchup. Jan took down Roas, one of the best 1v1ers in the world, and Raiseball's trying to make a statement that, hey, you gotta consider Raiseball for one of the better players. The man's been grinding once for like a month, and he's already considered one of just the rocket of skill that he's had in the mode has been crazy.
Yeah, big win yesterday against Atomic just to get Complexity on their way in the 1v1s. Atomic, a player who can be so dangerous, very solid player. Both of these players are solid in their own right. The mechanics we're about to see are going to be absolutely enthralling as Jan takes a touch, gets it almost over the top of Raiseball, who does defend well, but Jan has complete boost control. Raiseball's trying to slow things down and use his pads. He does well, actually. Only 9 left. Can he follow this one up? Not so much at this point.
A couple testers on the back wall. Not quite able to find the mark. Put enough pressure. It's just been that. Both ways. Just quick shot, little slight air dribble. But for Jan, a nice little shot to the top corner to get the first goal.
Yeah, Raiseball faked a challenge and Jan didn't fall for it at all. So when Raiseball was going there, Jan had about half the goal to aim for and managed to get it into the half, but wasn't able to be defended by Raiseball to give FURIA Esports the lead.
Raiseball's such an aggressive once player. He never wants to leave the ball. If he thinks he can flip around, get the boost, he will. And he does not want to leave the play. Sometimes that causes him to overcommit on some plays. That one, nice little touch from Jan, forces Raiseball back right where Raiseball wants to be.
Good recovery from Raiseball too to get back around this one. Jan is just watching. Lovely effort at the fake, but well read by Jan. Raiseball's going to keep going. Jan does a really good defensive position, but no boost. There's a couple of bumps coming in, but Jan does manage to get the boost. And the second one, maybe. Yes, he does. So Raiseball on 0. What can Jan do with it?
Funny, because Raiseball gave Jan his flip back, allowed him to actually steal that boost out. So how to protect the ball here? This is pretty dead even right now. It's been quick attacks. Jan slowing it down this time. Raiseball tried to fake before in front to Jan. Jan didn't bite hard enough on the fake. Here comes again Raiseball from the same angle.
Ooh, that's
that
a
might
loose
beat him.
touch. Yeah, very loose touch there from Raiseball. It's going to give Jan a free goal. I'm not really sure what Raiseball was trying here. Let's see. Touch to the corner. I think he just tried to roll that one up, and instead it bounced. And that was good night, Vienna.
I think would have worked had it rolled up, or at least gotten a bounce that just didn't go straight back out to the middle of the field. No, Raiseball not able to get that bounce off of Jan, and just 2 minutes in, it's not been such a high-scoring affair, Cole.
Something that's really impressed me from Jan so far is that he's not falling for the Raiseball fake challenges. When you consider how aggressive Raiseball is, you'd think that as soon as he turns towards that ball, any opponent against him is going to back him to go for it. But so far, Raiseball has faked that a couple of times, and Jan somehow has read it, and of course he likes to take his time himself.
You know, Jan dealt with this earlier in the tournament with Fahad. Fahad was a master on the ground dribbles when he went up 6-2 in that series. But then Jan, he got more aggressive. He started challenging with authority more often, and Fahad had a lot more trouble getting control. And Jan, there's another aggressive challenge, but taken away. Good recovery there by Raiseball.
Oh, Jan, though, should be able to put this one away to make it 3. Raiseball did recover, but only for a split second.
Yeah, nice, again, continued push here from Jan. Pushes the ball out. It's all about securing the boost. You get the boost, you know Raiseball's a little slower to that ball, so you can challenge that ball in the corner knowing you're going to get the first touch. And he pops it easily over Raiseball.
Raiseball is a player that, when his mechanics aren't quite working, he can be beatable in 1v1s. You know, he can start to look a little bit out of ideas when the pace isn't working, when he's not beating his opponent to the ball. And that's what's happened so far in this one, and maybe starting to get a little bit frustrated missing that one. So let's boost the play over, of course, but Jan has 85 in his own name. So he just hit that one neutrally. I think Jan's just happy to let that one slow down when he had the ball in his own corner. Now he's able to take a touch.
He's doing well, avoiding most of Raiseball's bump attempts. Raiseball has got to throw another trick at Jan, or something's got to break him, because Jan hasn't really bent against Raiseball yet. Having struggles here, getting any offense going. Jan again on the control. He's going to be first on the boost, and get around it, take it away from Raiseball, and has to run back around.
Yeah, Jan's recovery has just looked better so far. Every time it seems that Raiseball's going to be allowed in, Jan is already there, and now he's getting this flip reset. He's got the mechanics to get past Raiseball. That's 4, and that's a beauty.
It's not a bad approach from Raiseball on defense. It's just a sick shot from Jan. Gets the reset, and then rolls into it on the side, putting massive power on the shot, and it's right to the tippy top of the net. He's been doing this all week, Cole. He's absolutely sick.
Raiseball, who up to this point is unbeaten in 1v1, and Jan is making him look very average indeed. There's still plenty of time for Raiseball to get back into it. Just needs a little bit of a spark. Maybe a bump would be the trick, but Jan's dodging that too. Everything Raiseball is offering, Jan's got the answer for him.
He's reading Raiseball real easily right now. Still time for Raiseball. If he can win this 50, then he gets chipped out by Jan. Yeah, gets demoed this time. Not a lot of boost here for Raiseball. He's got to play it close. Sizing up Jan. He got hard shot, and Jan recovers, but has to wait for another one. Another shot, and Raiseball finally on the board.
Yeah, keeps his composure. There was a lovely save beforehand with the ball falling and the boost out for Jan. He actually had 31 left, so he did have a decent chance at making that. I assumed he was at 0, but I was wrong. Well played there from Jan to give himself a chance, but it wasn't to be. And now 3 goals in 54 seconds. Suddenly seems a little bit more doable for Complexity.
Raiseball's going to need some good kickoffs. Jan playing safe, but actually lost the ball, and Raiseball punished him. Raiseball taking advantage, not letting Jan play it safe to the corner. Punches it straight across. Jan doesn't get the touch he wants and goes for the boost, but Raiseball doesn't quit on the play.
These fake kickoffs, man, I mean, they just terrify me in 1v1. As soon as you do it, you have to be certain where your opponent is putting the ball, and Raiseball kept himself unpredictable.
You can't leave that ball.
He's won another kickoff as well there. Get the next touch. Suddenly Jan has some defending to do. A little bit of fear, the heart rate rising. Where's his player? He's in the blind spot right now. Raiseball trying to stay there. Trying to be the predator rather than the prey. Past Jan, but a huge challenge win. Gets 3 goals the difference again.
Good patience from Jan. Says, Raiseball, go ahead, cut across. What are you going to do? You don't have the ball right in front of you. A flick's going to be really hard from there. Jan, no fear of what Raiseball could do there. An easy read on the dunk.
I mean, you can tell that these players have been playing each other for years, at least before Complexity did travel to North America. Know each other's games so well, even though Raiseball is pretty new to 1v1. The 3v3s, the 2v2s will translate those tendencies. And Jan is making the most of it. A flip reset, then he dribbles it forwards and wants to squish it in. It's not quite there. Would have been goal of the match.
That would have been awesome. With time running out here, it seems like the ace of FURIA is going to tie things up. Another reset. Raiseball will get the touch here. And he'll take the boost for his effort. Waste the rest of the time, Raiseball. You get one for the road, some clips maybe, put it in, nice pinch, nope. And says no thank you, and the Brazilian takes out the Chilean in the 1v1, tying it up.
Oh, good match. Well played to Jan. I mean, from the off, it seemed like he just knew exactly what Raiseball was trying to do there. He had the download on his opponent. It was the sort of match where you could see any second Raiseball getting himself a couple of goals and getting back into it, and he threatened to do just that. And what really impressed me from Jan was that he didn't panic, didn't change his game style. When Raiseball was starting to warm up, Jan knew he would get his chance to get his read, took it, and that was the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Raiseball did have a couple of good chances, but I think that really shows that while Raiseball has impressed with his recent surgence in 1v1, Jan is just that good. He is just that good. If you think like, well, maybe something was iffy for Roas in the Roas 1v1, but Jan really controlled that match, and he absolutely controlled this one. Like you said, everything Raiseball had in his kit, Jan, he had a bandage for it. He's got the massive first aid kit here against Complexity.
And we do have the 2v2s coming up after this next 3v3, and Complexity have struggled just a little bit more in 2v2 compared to 1v1 than they have so far. They've beaten G2 Esports, but lost to Guild and Luminosity in the 2v2 matchup, so I'm sure they would have gone back to the drawing board and watched those matches back and seen what's gone wrong. Whereas FURIA, they'll know that they're a very strong 2v2 team themselves. You know, Jan playing so well right there. He, alongside Card, his old teammate, will be feeling very comfortable going into it. But I'm jumping ahead of myself, as I always tend to do in these crew battles.
I know, the ones and twos have just been so fun. They're just so refreshing.
Yeah, they stand out. And on these 3v3s, 3v3s are like the palate cleanser. You know, when it comes down to that Game 5 or Game 7 3v3, it's like, okay, good old-fashioned Rocket League. In the middle, though, that's where everything's a bit more intense.
Back to 3v3. FURIA had trouble on offense. Complexity started winning those, and we've had a couple series, Cole, maybe more than a couple, where some teams, they couldn't get it done in the 1s or the 2s, but it was the 3s that was the difference. That's what got 0-1 in the playoffs over Dignitas, was the 3v3. Can that be the same for Complexity? They need to get that 3v3 win here.
I mean, I just hope that Furia's defending is a little bit better than it was in the first game. They were giving away a couple of goals despite a beautiful ceiling goal that I think was scored by Jan in that first game. Defensively, they weren't quite up to scratch. I'll have to show much better here this time. Got a chance here, but a double commit, a big one from Card and Kaio. It's on defense, so should be okay. Shad's going to flick that one along. That's better from Jan. Almost in. AJG has the reflexes, though, to keep it away.
Still in the air, though, for Furia in the corner. Nice little double tap. Just outside of the Furia rotation, and Shad makes a great 50. AJG already in the air. He's got one on the boost. Two to defend it. Taken away. Furia just getting in front.
Yeah, good to see Furia getting these saves, though. That's what they need. Just to show complexity. They're not going to have it all their own way this time. Raiseball is getting away from this one. Card is there. He's up already. Raiseball gets it past him, wants to get involved as possible. Does he go for the musty? No, instead he fakes it, goes into the center. Lovely idea, but nobody from Complexity was there with him.
Both teams truly don't care about patience at all. There is no such thing as patience on this field. Both teams, they'll fly up as soon as they can. Even Furia, their defensive struggles last game, they were still getting in the area on the challenges in the third. It was just an issue of making contact, just being one step slower than Complexity in the defensive half. This time, Furia seemed to be winning more of these touches, despite Complexity nullifying it. A nice pass is broken up again.
Yeah, great read there from the pass, the infield one. It's a little bit scary for a second for Complexity, but Furia are going to keep on their way. A massive demo means that Jan is left all alone, so this should be very defendable right now by Complexity. Good timing for the aggressive play. These passes from the midfield, not quite going to teammates from Complexity. Want to see them being a bit more incisive.
Nice bouncer. Gives Furia another transition.
Oh,
the double touch, it's just wide. Complexity happy, it was defended. Kyle had to go around a defender to try to get that double. It's a tough angle for him to hit, not just over for Complexity as they pull to the side.
That's better than the transition game towards AJG was much better. The pass was short enough that he was able to do something with it. Maybe they've learned they've tried again, but Shad thinks about going for that ball, then turns away from it. Raiseball does the same with Card, and actually in the end gets in front of his teammate's way. Jan is there. Sorry, it was his opponent. My mistake, it's the blue car.
Yeah, it's messing me up a little too.
It got me, man, it got me there.
Raiseball? Oh, he couldn't get underneath it. Just keeping that one away. No one go for Raiseball. And AJG, another launch downfield. Feels dead even again.
Yeah, it slowed down a little bit. There was a period where they were just, lobbing chances at each other. So many solo players going to the air, but now it's just a little bit neutral. This clean rotational game. I can understand that from Furia because, they did struggle a little bit defensively in that first 3v3, but for Complexity, I want to see them be a bit more expansive, break free, try and punish this Furia defense. This one going all the way in. Well, that's how you break a deadlock.
That is how you break it. A long shot down the field. He lines up the sniper and hits his target. That is a beautiful shot with purpose, 109 kilometers per hour from his own goal line.
The only way that could have been better is if it was 0 seconds, because that ball did not bounce. If that was just something that broke the buzzer, would have been beautiful, but the goal counts the same. Shad gets the catch. More good pressure now from Furia. Kaio's touch is going straight down. AJG has to be so quick and so aware. Gets a second touch, which Jan was ready for. Raiseball in that corner. It's good play from Furia. They're really stepping it up right now and showing why they finished top 6 the last 2 majors.
Non-touch from Card actually gave Kaio a chance at the ball, but it's knocked away. Oh, and Furia don't want to give Complexity what they just gave them. No long shot goals this time for Complexity. Try again from their own half. Complexity have actually really struggled on the offensive half. I mean, to their credit, Furia also haven't really put on a lot of offense. Raiseball's had a couple of opportunities in front of Furia's net, but they were hard double taps while the net's defended. Those angles are going to be tough to find. You might start seeing the physical game get more active here if both defenses continue to be so stoic.
We are going to see Complexity throw a bit more caution to the wind, though, as the timer ticks down into its last minute. As Jan comes forward, Furia gets it over the top for them almost. Shad clears it, but again, the clearance is to nowhere. These big booming clears from Complexity need to be going somewhere. Where's the pass? Where's the second touch from them? Nothing quite working for Complexity.
Just not really in position. No one's downfield to immediately receive. It was constantly rotate back to the corner, grab the boost. They're feeling the Furia pressure. Big demo and a goal for Card. Furia take the lead.
Feeling the Fury. That finish so powerful. Card there, he just smashes it home. Pinpoint, precise perfection into the top corner to double Furia's lead.
Card's been looking good in the shooting department. Another goal for him and a 2-goal lead for Furia. We might be evened up here on the 3v3 unless Complexity creates some magic here in the corner. little bouncer's not going to get it done.
There are some games where you just can't see it happening. I cannot see Complexity getting 2 goals. I can't see them getting 1 goal in the next 17 seconds or so. It just doesn't seem to be, to me, that they're on the same page. You know, the passes aren't going anywhere. The solo plays aren't quite working. It's just huge clearances. And frankly, I'm a little bit disappointed from Complexity. After they did so well to punish FURIA Esports in that first game, you know, they then lost the 1v1 fair enough, but that was a little bit of a scared performance from them.
Well, I mean, I think it's what you said at the beginning of this game. You know, in the first game, you weren't so impressed with FURIA's defense, and they were letting a lot of balls through in their third. This time, it was way cleaner on defense, and while Complexity, they had a couple of good transition opportunities. AJG and Raiseball connected on some nice plays. Raiseball, again, he had a couple of close double taps. There was that one that he had that was really tight angle that he couldn't hit, and you can't fault him too hard for that one. And then another one where the net's just completely defended. He's got nowhere to go with it. So I just give credit to FURIA's defense. I think Complexity, if they wanted to break through them, they had to get physical because there was no way you were breaking that rotation.
Yeah, FURIA much better defensively. But what it matters is that we're now going to go into this 2v2, and suddenly the pace of the game completely changes. Any mistakes that were made by Complexity in that last one, they have to just shake them off because they know they're going into this 2v2. Probably Raiseball and AJG if history is to be repeated. And they are a darn good 2v2 team, but as I said earlier, you know, they've been struggling somewhat. They beat G2, that's the only 2v2 they've won so far, whereas FURIA, Yan and Card, they're looking really good.
Yeah, Yan and Card have been excellent, and I mean, we've seen how Card has looked so far. He had the ceiling shot goal, he had that close, or the left side post shot that went in, but we saw Shad in free play, so likely AJG and Raiseball. These two linked up pretty well last time they played 2v2. We'll see if they could create some magic here and take the lead again against FURIA. But this feels about as close as I've been hyping it up. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this match. The Sam Bowl, it's going to be hype. And it really feels that way. It is so tight right now in every mode. I don't doubt that this mode is also going to be just as tight.
I mean, the Sam Bowl, as you Americans would call it, for us, it would be the South American Derby. And do you know what? I think Sam Bowl sounds better. I'll give America that.
I actually like, I like South American Derby better.
Oh, no, we've swapped.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you ruined it by saying Derby.
Yeah, no, yeah, Derby. Well, that's your fault, not mine.
Well, the 2v2 starts pretty pensively, as you'd expect. Just both teams feeling each other out. It is Raiseball AJG up against Yan and Kaio. Yan, who put in such a brilliant performance in the 2v2, and then had his team win the 3v3, so he'll be feeling on top of the world right now. Can he take that love and that confidence into this one right now? Not with AJG going for a dribble above him. Kaio's going to go into this corner, and AJG's pretty boosted, needs to get himself back. This could be danger. Yan, good turnaround there from FURIA, but Raiseball just about gets back.
Couldn't find the read fast enough, Card. And while Raiseball was slightly outclassed against Yan in the 1v1, does have some backup here with AJG. Could make the difference as AJG dropped it down. He had no boost left. There was no recorrections he could make on his flight path. And now Yan, here he comes underneath him. A little tricksy for Yan, but the ball bounces underneath. He's got to let it go.
That's the confidence, though, from Yan. That's what we want to see from him, going for those musty flicks. Actually next to Musty in the audience yesterday, and somebody did a Musty flick, and Musty went, yay! That was a nice little moment.
Do you think he does that every time
I
does a Musty flip?
I like to think he does, even if he's not actively watching, he just gets a sense of something.
He's got to have like a Musty jar next to his computer, so every time someone hits one, you like put $1 or like something else in there. I don't know. Someone could
maybe.
Well,
while we've been talking, Raiseball is going to get the lead to Complexity. I'll be honest, I was looking at you, Joby.
I was thinking about Musty too. It's okay, but a nice little 50 there from AJG in the demo as well, opening it up. And historically, and this is just in 3v3, but it definitely applies in 2v2. FURIA have struggled in the physical game. I do think that could be the X factor for Complexity. It definitely was that time, taking them off the field. Yan's definitely that player where you're not going to beat him on the pitch most times, so taking him off the pitch might be your best option.
AJG is going to get in there quickly.
Maybe not.
And all the work was done by Raiseball, the South American spy in his blue car, causing all sorts of danger there to FURIA, doubling up Complexity's lead. And they seem to have woken up from their slumber.
That was a great touch, or final touch from Raiseball. Sits underneath it on the side, which forces the poor touch out of FURIA and allowing AJG the easy shot. So good mind there from Raiseball on the approach.
Complexity have turned this series around so far in this 2v2, but plenty more goals to come. Raiseball again, though, he's really getting involved. Calls out a question for Yan, which he answers. Now AJG up against Kaio. AJG gets the touch. Look at Raiseball go. He's going for another demo. The physical play, which you mentioned, Jorby, really effective for COL.
I'm telling you, if you can't beat him, delete him. And that's the name of the game for Raiseball. See you later. AJG, it's easy flip reset. It might as well have been free play on that goal.
I mean, Yan can be playing as well as he wants, but when he's taken out the game, can't do anything about that one. Complexity, great performance, a lot more aggressive, offensive, what we want to see from them. And a slightly slow kickoff there. Well played from AJG. Was a little bit worried that that kickoff would be lost, so lingered back. For once, the full cheat would have been better from it. Maybe would have got a goal from it, but instead, they get a little bit of pressure, putting more on FURIA Esports. Yan into the center, Raiseball up against him. Yan's gonna do a couple of jumps and then get taken out of the game. More demos from Complexity.
Seems to be the most effective route of routing Yan, as it's launched back downfield for AJG. And Complexity can play a little safer now in twos. You don't have to commit the house. You don't got to go for tough passing plays when you have this kind of a lead. Certainly easy for FURIA to come back, just as we see right there. Kaio putting it in.
And Yan also had a little nibble on the defender as he went out just to make 100% sure this one was going in. Probably was anyway, but Raiseball went from 1% chance to 0. It's actually demoed on the goal line as well. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a bump. We'll let FURIA back in.
Something we didn't really mention at the start of this one was it's usually been Yan and Card, but Kaio is in. And I thought he's been playing pretty well, so, you know, it's too hard to speculate why that change happens. Maybe one player's feeling a little more confident. Maybe Card's not feeling it, or he thinks Kaio would be a better fit for the round. So far, it hasn't really worked out. That first goal could put them on the path to redemption.
Yeah, it's a strange decision when they've been playing together in twos so much. FURIA Esports, and doing well as well, only losing one up to this point, but, you know, these guys, they know much more than we do, so let's hope for FURIA it's a good decision. So far, not quite. A couple of goals down, but they are going into this one after going 3 goals behind. And slows things down. Where's his teammate? What does he want to do? He wants to get it to Kaio, but it's read so easily by AJG. It could be a fourth, or the finish wasn't there. Raiseball is teed up, though, and Raiseball makes amends.
I mean, where was Yan supposed to go with that ball? Trying to pass it, AJG had him read. It might have been better just to play the 50 and give Kaio a chance to recover and play defense. Instead, you just straight up gave the ball away to AJG. You're gonna need a picture-perfect pass to beat him on that play. You give up the free transition, you get scored on again, and might have put the game out of reach.
Yeah, Complexity, they are doing the basics really well right now. Raiseball, another flick, but closed down by Kaio. Yeah, and is trying to escape this bump from Raiseball, who still refuses to leave the play. Eventually he does go for another bump on Kaio again for good measure. In the end, though, it means AGG comes forward, gets a flip reset almost. Yan closing him down. FURIA still defending. This is not where they want to be right now.
Really like how AJG's been playing in the entire series. He's had the right mind on the 50s. He's been a great facilitator, and he's also been the closer in the 2v2. It's been Raiseball really setting up the plays for AJG.
Well, here he goes again. Raiseball's sitting and waiting as AJG goes for another flip reset. I mean, he won't score from it, but it will burn some seconds, and it's easy defending us again. Just a little fake challenge there from Raiseball. Slows his approach down. A delayed 50-50. Is Kaio going to be coming in? Yes, he is, and it is 4-2.
This is brilliant from Yan. Comes across, uses his neutral hop to get himself down quickly back to the ball and recover. Then he gets the pop-up, and then he leaves it for Kaio. Makes himself look like he's going to go for that shot, because of course he can, but then leaves it for Kaio. That was brilliantly drawn.
Yeah, it's also hard to get out of the way as well. The amount of times we've seen a player put a pass across the goal and get in the way themselves. Really had to do a full pivot, get himself out of the way. And now FURIA, they can put on their squeeze. Go back to that attacking game style that won them that last 3v3. Raiseball's going to try and slow it down. Around the corner he goes. Yan gets there. Can they get an approach going?
They're going to need to get it going now, but the ball just got stolen! AJG, the thief, securing the game!
Looks so easy when AJG gets those tackles. Yan just dilly-dallying in front of his own goal. Not the place to do it, and not the best touch either. But credit to AJG steaming in, surely winning it for Complexity with 30 seconds left.
Truly is a bout between these two teams. First the 3v3, Complexity. Then the 1v1, Yan. Now the 2v2, or the 3v3, excuse me, FURIA take that. And then Yan, don't think he had his best performance here in this 2v2. But he was harassed like relentlessly at the beginning of the game, and he just could never recover after it. Well played by Complexity.
Yeah, he has been targeted relentlessly by Complexity, and it's been super effective. Wonder if we'll see more bumps and demos the next time he comes up in a 1v1. Could be a 6th. Yes, it is. Lovely angle. Might be an own goal in the end, but it doesn't matter at all. Complexity 6-2.
Extremely comfortable. This duo, Raiseball and AJG, really linking up, and I'm just still, while, you know, Raiseball, it's a sick goal. Still thinking about AJG, its ability to win those 50s. He had the read on Yan this entire series, even when Raiseball wasn't demoing him. AJG has just stolen it away. Raiseball taking it away. And a dominant game number 2 by Complexity.
Man, we've had kickoff goals, we've had bumps goals, we've had demo goals, we've had all sorts for Complexity right now. There's actually a really nice assist right there from AJG to tee up Raiseball. And I think after this one, we might see Card coming back in alongside Yan if there is another 2v2. Really, it would be tough to justify sticking with this pairing based on this performance. It might even be 8. Go on, AJG. Can I make the 8-2 pun?
Yeah.
I'd 8-2 be Furia right now. There you go. Had to say it.
That's great.
Thank you.
You come up with that one yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a classic 8-2
Yeah.
joke. Yeah.
That's
But
good.
I would hate to be them right now. You know, they're only maybe winning $95,000 if they lose this series. Crazy money. A reminder to everybody watching: the winner gets 200K, the loser gets 95,000. So a ridiculous amount of pressure on these teams, and I think that's why we're seeing 1 or 2 mistakes coming through in this series.
Gregan was saying before the match started, slight edge to Furia. And I don't think there's any edge now. I think it's dead even. I don't know what's going to happen
They're in a brawl.
this 3v3.
Right now, you know, you take that first punch and all your plans go out the window.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Furia, they shored up on the defense in the second 3v3. They're going to need that same defense. Complexity now have the momentum. Going into this next game, Furia still have the 1v1 in their back pocket. We will see another one, most likely, if Furia end up losing this 3v3. But both teams trying to get to match point. Exciting that we get at least a game 6.
I mean, we have seen 3v3 what we thought would replace and reset these games, but it seems to be after winning the 3v3, things get a little bit tougher in the 1v1 or in the 2v2, so the opposite happening right now, but all of that goes out the window as we head into this next game, this next 3v3. It's been even for both these two teams. First, we have the defensive frailties of Furia exposed in game 1. Then we had the attacking, you know, they just weren't as good as they could be by Complexity in the third game. So what's going to happen here, I've got no idea. I'm backing both these teams to play at their best in this 3. I reckon this is where these 3v3s really start to pop.
For Furia, I think you're looking at Card. I thought he had a good game in the last 3v3, and he's going to need another one. Raiseball hasn't been as effective as he has in previous matches, but he's had his teammates really backing him up, and I say that, and Raiseball's still been scoring a ton of goals. But again, AJG, I feel like, has been the true facilitator for the team. How many times could I say it? Fury on the transition, not gonna get the dunk, push back to midfield.
Yeah, good start for Furia. There was a lovely little bit of mechanics there from AJG, but snuffed out well defensively from them. And that's a better clearance. You've got somebody for Complexity playing in front of the ball. So important from Shad. That's what was missing in their last one. I think that's such a big difference maker for them. So really good play as Card is coming in. Raiseball is beaten to the punch. Shad is in defense, thankfully.
Well, Card, nice launch and a decent pass, but Complexity reading those passing lanes, hopping in front of them quickly. Complexity, quick transition, forcing Furia back over to the corner. But Furia not just going to dump the ball away willingly. You do a full team passing play and you get tied up, trying an idea, maybe trying to pinch into each other. Didn't work out. Now Complexity trying to push that ball out. Yan getting chipped off the play by AJG.
Kyle and Carl have definitely got that sort of team synergy in their locker where one pulls away at the last second, but maybe the com's not quite up to scratch on that occasion. So they got on each other's way. Good to see them going for these plays, Complexity, having that confidence, playing in their usual aggressive way. Raiseball, how good is his clearance? It's not ideal. Yan is coming in, but AJG does his best to make up for Raiseball's mistake. It's good, but not quite good enough just yet because Yan keeps up the attack. Raiseball again, and that is the clearance they wanted, and this time it's as far as Shad.
Good high touch there from Shad. Didn't have a lot of boost. Forced Card back to the corner, and then AJG gets in front, wanted to pinch. Card won't let him have it. Battle of the 50s in the third right now. Furia, another high ball. Good touch to keep it close to Furia. Baited Shad too high up, but again, Complexity stole the ball away, and then it's taken right back in the air. It's insane. You think the pass is going to connect, but both teams finding a way to swat the ball out of the air, take control again. Here's Complexity in the air. It saves off the crossbar. Take it back over to the corner.
What an amazing save that was. Raiseball must have thought he'd scored, but not quite to be. Complexity going to have to go back to the drawing board. These infield passes are all being intercepted. Maybe the solo play is the play of the day. Card, can he get this next touch? Instead, he tries to bump AJG. AJG just stays grounded on the floor. Raiseball maybe a little bit too close to that ball. Instead, he gets it towards AJG again, and he is involved in everything good Complexity are doing.
Oh, AJG. Oh, that was excellent recovery there from Kaio. He went to try to bump Kaio, and Raiseball's going to get the goal anyway. Complexity, it's too much pressure. pressure.
Just sneaks it into the net, does Raiseball. It was a tough finish. He had to use his wheels to take speed off the ball, but that demo from Card, or on Card, should I say, absolutely huge to open things up.
AJG was a monster on that play. He forced Kaio up early onto the back wall, meaning he had to make a clutch save in front of the net. He's not going to get the best touch out of that. Then AJG steals the corner boost, wins the 50, demos the last guy in net, clearing it out for Raiseball. This guy's doing everything for Complexity.
Oh, lovely play from Card, but Yan just about gets his touch intercepted. Kai wants to go towards his teammate, Yan. Raiseball's already up, it's been beaten. Yan wants that double tap. AJG again involved defensively as well. A huge, monstrous performance for Complexity from him. Now who's going to be on the attack? It's Yan again. He goes, he touches the interceptor. Kai was there. AJG, who else closes it down?
Bounce off the ramp though, Furia still have possession. Kaio drops it down, and Furia get the goal!
Finally, AJG and Complexity are beaten. It was an infield pass in the end. They just stuck to plan A, knowing that eventually one of them was going to find a teammate. Raiseball so close to that. AJG steaming in from the side, almost got there too, but he was breached.
That's how tight it is. Complexity have flown in front of every single ball on defense, cutting off those passes. That one just sneaking through. Now Furia get the win on the kickoff. Yan, he's got the touch. He's done it before. And he's almost done it, but it goes wide. Kaio waiting for the touch. He's got the boost, slips under Raiseball. AJG coming back across and is going to protect the ball, but it gets bumped off the play. Set up by Furia. Nobody's there. Shot denied. Still high ball in front. Up in the air. The shot underneath. Save. Rebound. Shot. Oh, it's off and too wide. Another shot blocked again by AJG.
FURIA Esports surely going to get their goal soon, but Complexity are defending so well. Yan has another go. Another perfect first touch from him. What else? Gets it below, but Raiseball. There was another Complexity player up as well, but it was Raiseball who got the touch. Now it's Kaio's turn. AJG is going to have to do some more work in a second. I think it's Shad that's going to fall to. That one slightly over the goal.
Thought maybe he would have it, but that one off. About where the post and the crossbar meet. Card in the air. Very light touch. Not sure if that's exactly what he was aiming for, but it ends up working out. Kaio stuffing the ball near the corner. He's got control, but his wingman gets demoed. Raiseball diving in front of it. Furia still in control, but AJG's downfield and gets taken out of the play.
Absolutely huge demos. Complexity had so much pressure, and it was just keeping coming forward. Sorry, Furia did. They kept coming forward, but Complexity kept the demo to take them out. Yan, ask another question. Shad is there. Card goes up. Could this be the moment? AJG's taken out the game. Now their main defender is gone. Raiseball on the backboard only gets it as far as Kaio. He tries to force it home. Shad comes in. Yeah, this time over again. Still FURIA Esports can't make their aggression count.
But they've gotten physical. They've retained possession. Here comes Card. Drops down. Fakes the reset. Here he comes again. Got the reset again. Shot denied again. Complexity. They seem like they have 4 men in front on defense. Still keep the game tied.
And look how much boost they have in the top right as well. For all of this attacking that's coming in from FURIA Esports, Complexity showing expert boost management, never wasting a cent of the precious stuff. It's unbelievable from them.
Complexity, they have possession at the end of regulation. AJG pitches it up. Quick speed by Kaio. Downfield. Card can't get there. Controlled by Complexity. And it's denied again. Do Furia have a play? They're in the air. High touch. He's done it before, but it's taken away. Maybe taken out here. No. Overtime for the match point decider.
This is the sort of mechanical matchup we wanted to see between these two teams. A huge offensive performance from Furia. Absolutely massive, but Complexity standing up so tall. They have fought so hard to get this overtime.
Raiseball trying to make the read. He did get the 50. Gets bumped back into the corner, won't get a steal, and Furia having to withstand more Complexity offense. They have to keep their cameras on a swivel for AJG because he has been a menace on the blue half. They get out again, but can they get the goal? Cleared out again by Shad.
Already looking like overtime is going to have pretty much a similar sort of shape to regular play. FURIA Esports having all the attacking intent. There's going to be a clean win maybe for Kaio, not quite, but it does go across. Yan gets this one clean, that's for sure, but it's passed a bit lofty, and maybe this will let Complexity out.
Raiseball forcing the ball up, but it's Furia's ball. Gets underneath it, got the reset pass denied. To commit though, the net's open, but he puts it up high. He couldn't find an angle, and it's taken away. He needed just a little more speed, maybe to get by Complexity, but Shad given a chance to recover a little 360 to get to that ball and wins the 50.
Once again, Complexity still managing to keep boosting the tank despite the offensive onslaught that's coming on against them. They'll keep on keeping that ball out the net. If it's the last thing they do, there's another touch. It falls to Kaio. Cards to his left. Moving forward in formation of Furia, but they just can't get that final pass. Maybe with the Doomsday dish from Card, it's saved yet again. Yan his turn. Raiseball gets up so early. Complexity still with boost in the tank. Keep the ball out again.
Oh, they're starting to run low, Cole, and there's Furia denied again on the goal line. What is the heroism on defense from Complexity? Complexity have been given the ball. High up, Yan's there, got the 50. AJG in the area, but now he can't get it to touch as Card pushes it back to the corner.
If Complexity somehow win this one, it may well be one of the best defensive performances in 3v3 of all time. The amount of times we thought for sure that FURIA are about to take it. Now Complexity on the attack, a rare foray forward. Shad, he gets a touch over the top of Card. That's one by Kaio. Are we going to get back in time? AJG, yes he does, and sends it out wide.
Another 50 for AJG, off the wall, couldn't recover, and comes back. Raiseball sends it flying. Yan wants control. He only had 60 after the first touch. He got the reset, pushes it forward, and the dunk! Yan blows down the Great Wall of Complexity and takes it to match point!
Finally, FURIA Esports managed it. There was Yan. The dunk, huge. AJG had got himself sort of in the way, but not quite for once. Exactly where he needed to be. What a 3v3 performance that was from FURIA. They just never gave up, and they put themselves on match point.
And of course, it's Yan. Using his mechanics, every ounce of boost on that play. He only had like 62, starting from his own third. He got the flip reset with no boost, but he needed it. Gave the ball enough power to flip it forward, and then inertia did the rest to get the dunk.
They started the series. It has to be reminded to everybody, so poorly did FURIA. They looked pretty bad in game number 1, but right there, they showed why they keep making it so deep in 3v3, why they are making the South American region so respected, coming up against a team that left that region in order to compete in North America. It is massive stuff right now from FURIA, and now Complexity have a decision to make.
Their counterattack was just completely shut down. Where do you go here? You don't go to the 1v1. You gotta go to 2v2. You were dominant last time, and if FURIA have a mind, I think they do make a switch here. Card has looked excellent. He was really threatening on offense in that last game. Credit to Complexity's defense in that 3v3, but maybe they stick with Kaio. Who knows? You know, you never know what's going on in the minds of the players. What's Kairos telling them? What, you know, well, Kairos probably just hyping them up. I'm sure the players are the ones making the decisions, but still.
Whoever's feeling hottest, whoever is really fancying their chances in this one, it's going to be a really interesting moment when we find out. Are we going to have Raiseball in the 1v1? Are we going to have Yan in the 1v1? Is it going to be 2v2? I see 2 players on each team. 2v2 has been chosen in game number 6.
And it is indeed Card taking the pitch in place of Kyle after the last 2v2 did not go the way FURIA had hoped. Raiseball and AJG have been a tough duo to beat for multiple teams at this tournament. Can Yan and Card be the one that send them packing?
Oh, AJG with a great start. He had such a good performance for Complexity in the last game, despite them losing it, and already he's being called in defensively right now. Raiseball on the attack. AJG is there. More good defending, amazing defending. And sends it away, and Raiseball is going to have to get back quick because FURIA Esports, they can counter so fast.
Pushed it all around the corner, trying to bump Raiseball off the play, and he almost got the save, but Card gets the dunk, and FURIA start things out on the right wheel.
As we say, they can counter-attack fast. One attack round the corner, a bump. Bit of aggressive play there. Card and Raiseball, they're intercepting each other in front of the goal line, but it goes in.
And we're talking about Complexity. In the 2v2 and then the previous 3v3, they got more physical. FURIA were struggling with that, and they kept getting scored on because of that physicality. But now it's FURIA starting to get more physical. The Card trying to drill it again. Yan, oh, you jumped a little early there, but he recovers. Still had tons of boost to get the ball out to the side.
Yeah, and he still keeps 54 in the tank as well, so we can go for this next play. Suddenly AJG's chasing it, gets a good first touch. Should get this 102. Card decides against coming in straight away, slows down for a second. Raiseball's there underneath him, and Yan is just waiting behind. Raiseball, what are you going to do? Gets it over the top of one, but Card was there, perfectly positioned. His clearance wasn't ideal, though, as far as Card again. So FURIA continuing to have pressure on this game.
Good read there from Card, and a nice shot, too. Forced the ball out to the corner. Yan jumping up early. He did that a couple of times. He even read that Raiseball flip reset earlier and somehow got the save. And man, Card, can't say enough about his performance in this series so far. Getting another 50 out, trying to prevent Raiseball from moving forward. AJG gets the clear in.
Huge clear as well, all the way to the backboard. Card is having to deal with some interference here from AJG. Raiseball right there, so things have slowed down just for a second. Complexity want to get hold of this ball. Maybe a demo will be the way to do it. Raiseball tips it forward towards AJG. AJG's coming forward now, wants to flick it over the top, but Card, a huge read. Back as far as Raiseball. Complexity have definitely steadied the ship here, though.
Card backing up Yan, who got demoed on the play. And Now he's got full possession. Flip reset. AJG's there. Yan on the rebound. Card tried to get the redirect in front, or at least block Raiseball's approach. Didn't work. Another demo. Card, he's got a 1v1 in front. Takes his time. On the air dribble. Just wants the 50, knowing Raiseball had it defended.
I think the air dribble there was maybe the worst decision. Not sure he had the angle to go for it with that style of approach, but it was something that took some boost away from Complexity, made them think for a split second, and now they can come forward though. Raiseball, he has the finish. It's pinpoint, it's in.
Nice shot there from Raiseball. AJG saucing that one up. They needed to win that 50. Yan nowhere close to the play. Complexity getting a freebie there.
Close stuff in the 2v2. Tense as ever throughout this series. Things getting very, very exciting here.
This is crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. And it's a goal as well from the kickoff, surely. Almost wide, but AJG squeezed it in.
We've seen some interesting strats on the kickoff in 2v2, but this one is just a simple win, and oops, cheated up, and you picked your spot, and you lost it. AJG takes advantage.
Complexity turning this one on its head. FURIA started the 2v2 so well. Now Complexity via one goal, then a quick kickoff one. Have their own way, but there was actually a Spanish kickoff, I think. A demo coming in from Yan. Can he get round in time? No, the other demo took that play out the way.
The demo in response to a demo. Ball flipped up, Complexity starting to take control. They've won the last few touches. Yan doesn't have any more boost left. Card also sitting low. With about 47, not a lot as Raiseball pushes it across. FURIA managing now on defense, starting to stabilize. The boost starting to tick upwards for them. Demo on the backside, Raiseball tries to chip Yan off the ball. Might have a breakaway in front. Card pushes it back to the corner.
The Complexity going to keep on coming forwards here. Yan, though, will get this next touch. Raiseball thought he was in, but not to be. Yan finds Card. Good teamwork from those guys. Going to the top right now, FURIA Esports focusing on these aerial plays. I think they can break through the Complexity defense, just like they did eventually in that last game in the threes. Lovely fake there from Yan. Raiseball, though, he was aware to the danger. Managed to get the next touch.
Yan knew it as well. That one just off the post. Complexity squeaking by on defense. Raiseball beat on the play. Card slowing it down. But HAG too good on the backboard. And Yan aggressive with no boost. He had to be. No way he was going to get to that shot fast enough from Raiseball. A big demo leaves the net open, and FURIA tie it up.
What a play that was. Not just getting the pass, he wanted to get so much power on this bulleted Card, got as much power as he could, then landed on the defender, and that's what really opened things up. Brilliant play there for the equalizer.
Absolutely. FURIA again getting a little more physical than we're used to seeing. I might have to stop saying that, because I think they've really started to fix that area of their gameplay. They've been able to match Complexity's physicality and really are starting to outbox them. But Yan does get demoed. Card wins the 50. Quick shot denied. HAG gets in front.
Suddenly FURIA realized they could win this one right here on the cusp of victory in this best of 7. They can just get this next goal if they can see it away, but AJG and Complexity are coming forward. Card gets an all-important half touch. Will it be enough? Raiseball's there. He puts it away, but Card, he managed to recover, and he gets a huge save.
What a recovery from Card, and then the stones just sit on the goal line and wait for that pass to come out. A perfect reaction, and now FURIA put it back on the other half. Raiseball cutting out, letting HAG take control. Card will grab both those boosts. Only 29 here for HAG. Raiseball come in, buy him some time. The end of regulation. Raiseball, nice catch. Try to get underneath on the 50. Didn't work out. HAG a little slow back. Has to play defense. And over a FURIA defender. He's got to get up in time, and he makes the touch.
Brilliant recovery there from Card. Looks like he'd messed it up, but managed to get back there. And now Yan comes forward. Raiseball in his own goal. Complexity want to see this one away. They're beating the ball though. Yan, he's done a backflip though. That could have been half a chance, but we are going to go to overtime. Next goal will either keep this series alive or win FURIA $105 extra $1,000.
Overtime starts. Card's got the ball, avoids the ball, and he's got the goal! Card delivers the victory on the semifinals!
The double fake, what a way to end it for FURIA. Past both of the despairing dives of the defenders. Huge win. FURIA Esports, whether you call it the Sand Bowl, the South American Derby, even the South American Derby, whatever you want to call it, a massive victory for FURIA to send them to the semifinals.
The South American scrapyard is what that was. Kaio, Yan, and Card survive Complexity, and GG's indeed to Complexity. They played one heck of a series. I mean, the AJG looked the best that I've seen him in a while. Shad, Raiseball coming in. I mean, they looked just as good as they have all tournament long. But Furia, just, it's too much. This team is top 6 at 2 straight majors. This team has been rolling through this tournament, and now the South American Brazilian darlings have made it to the top 4 in Gamers8, Cole.
In bringing back Card as well, they also showed that they are able to adapt on the fly. You know, they brought in Kaio for whatever reason. Maybe Card wasn't feeling it. Maybe that, it must be that, you know, that's the only explanation I've got. But it didn't work.
Should have been feeling it.
Yeah, right, exactly. So that didn't work. So then when it came back to it for the 2v2, they made the right decision tactically, and you have to be able to adapt in a format like